Nestling beneath the North York moors is the village of Thornton-le-Dale. And for over 30 years, it's been the home of the Mathewsons. A dynasty of dealers with a love of classics.
They just have a personality, there's just something about them.
In all shapes and sizes.
Well, it is the best job ever, really, isn't it?
A passion that can be turned into brass. They auction over 4,000 rare vehicles every year.
Start me on it, we're going to be with it.
Most people will go to a sale with something in mind, but come away with something different.
Some things either got it or it hasn't.
It's what they fall in love with on that day.
There's head of the family, Derek.
What a runner. Smooth as silk, this car.
Trusted lieutenants, sons Paul.
Working with your family, it has its ups and its downs. God, blimey.
And Dave.
I bet you £1 it doesn't start.
The fun is the chase.
Morning, Mathewsons.
You just don't know what's on the end of the phone, what you're going to find when you open them doors.
Spot on.
That's the find of the century. It's the real deal.
Just never really 2 days exactly the same.
This is a family's love affair with motors that have lived a life.
There's a story behind every car in this building.
Testing, testing.
Most people will buy a car because they can relate to it. Maybe a car that Dad had. We're selling dreams.
Right, here we go.
On sale this week.
The Austin Metro, jet black, here we are, 54,000 miles.
If everyone like me, Rover would still be operating.
Fiat 850 coupe, here we are. Nice little car. I like a car like this that looks as though it's doing 75, 80 mile an hour stood still.
The standard Vanguard pickup. Fantastic piece of kit, lovely thing this is.
I've always liked them. They're a nice, presentable machine.
It's another day in North Yorkshire.
Seem to have spent half my life moving cars.
Each time a vehicle finds a new owner, a motoring dream is fulfilled.
That's right.
And every departure leaves space for new stock.
Wait slightly, just a touch.
And that means more miles for Dave, as he heads out to collect a bevy of beauties near Wakefield.
There's a lot of people actually call me Metro Man because I've had that many Metros. Everyone slated them originally. Everyone said, oh, they're absolutely rubbish. Well, they are, but they're collectible now. If you stop at a garage in that and park next to the pump and the Porsche 911 parks at the other side, somebody will talk to you. They won't talk to the guy in the Porsche 911. You know, you drive down the motorway, you've got people going past like this. You know, it's just a nice buzz, isn't it? They're great to drive. They're so bad that they're fun. The daddy of all Metros.
John Sharp loves a Mini Metro.
Beautiful, this car. This really is your proper, only being used for going to the supermarket. Totally standard, completely, totally original. No radio, no cigarette lighter, no iPods, no MP3 players, nothing. It's just totally standard.
John's moving on two of his beloved collection.
Drives just like a new car at 18,000 miles. I think these are starting to bring good money. It can't sit outside all winter, it wants putting away now. Let somebody polish it and look after it.
As well as an entry-level City X, he's parting with a limited edition and rare jet black.
Obviously made 500 of these, alongside 500 for the mini jet black at the same time. It needs a few quid spending on it paintwork-wise, but bodywork absolutely pristine, no rot anywhere, all the rear arches really good. Comes with the Go Faster red seat belts and the Go Faster red stripe.
The Metro was hailed as the best of British, but reliability problems meant motorists looked elsewhere.
A mate of mine got a Datsun 120Y. He was a laughing stock, you know, all the mates. He was like really weird buying a Japanese car. But unfortunately, they've took over now, haven't they, you know. Cold mornings, you could get in and start a Japanese car. These, you had to get on the bus. You know, you needed a bus pass as well as a key for your car, so.
Around 1.5 million metros were made in a production run that lasted almost 2 decades.
I think the scrappage scheme cost the Metro more than any other car in the country because there were so many that were sat there and they're thinking, I can get £2,000 for my Metro. They'd only paid £4,000 for it as a brand new car. They'd had it for 7, 8 years and they were going to get £2,000 for it. So it's a really good load of good British classic cars that the scrappage scheme, I think, is responsible for.
Also heading for auction is a 1979 Triumph Spitfire 1500.
Did you ever build a go-kart when you were young with pram wheels and a couple of trays and then set off down a hill with just a piece of wood as your handbrake? Basically, that's what that drive's like. The brakes aren't the best neither. Somebody will love it and it's wasted with me. It'll just sit out here doing nothing, so hope it gets a nice owner. Buy British. If everyone like me, Rover would still be operating. My pension fund's looking like big garden ornaments, I'm afraid. And if they don't sell, how you fix for a loan?
Punters are often looking for a motor that's a bit more sporty.
It's really ticking boxes for me. I mean, you get looked at in this.
Stands out from the crowd. It's different.
Many want it to be oven ready.
Once something's been done up nicely, we like to go around all the shows, around the car shows, because that's just a great day out.
And heading to auction is a car that fits that bill exactly. On a Cotswold farm, an Italian masterpiece is ready to roll.
It is a nice little car. It's very small, it's ideal. It's been meticulously restored over the years. 1971 Fiat Abarth coupe. If you was on the Italian lake or somewhere like that and you drove up in a car like this, you get lots and lots of people come up to you, talk about the car. And they're great for a first-time person who wants to get into classic cars.
Plenty would agree with owner Tony Gould. If you squint a bit, the baby Fiat has the looks of a scaled-down Ferrari Dino.
The royal blue colour with silver stripe down the side of it, it just emphasises the style of the car, I think. The hatchback low lines on it, you know, 4 people, 5 people can get into it with a squeeze and just, you know, do some touring with it.
He fell for the Italian's curves. It happens a lot to Tony.
It's like a drug. Cars are like a drug. Definitely a condition, yeah, which my wife wishes I'd lost years ago, but I've still got.
The 850 had more geysers than a mafia boss on the run, but the recipe was simple. Make a car that was small, but big on fun. The saloon was one of the biggest sellers in Fiat's history. Boxy and utilitarian, it was a family favourite all over Europe. But the most glamorous 850 is the convertible Spider. Not many Italians got their hands on them. Most were shipped to America. Tony bought the car already restored.
Right, the engine has been uprated. It's got new Webers, new manifolds fitted, sports exhaust system. It has got the twin choke Webers, which are brand new. Everything's well detailed in it. As clean as the outside is, the inside is as well. And really and truly, it's ready to go for somebody. 90 miles an hour. I know it's rattling your teeth a bit, but it can get up to it. It's over 1,000 cc now, this is. which makes a difference from the 850 which was fitted to it, and it gives it an extra kick.
The coupe was bought for £9,750, and Tony's hoping to get his money back.
As long as I can turn a profit, I'll be pleased. I would like to think that maybe I could achieve 10.5 or 10.3, something like that. As long as it pays its way, and then I can move on with something, that's great.
Thornton-le-Dale and the punters are out in force for a day out.
So this one's had full respray?
Yeah, and more.
The sun's shining, but the real action's happening inside a showroom of cars from every era.
We'll phone you up and say, how do you accept the balance? Do you want it on that card? Do you want a bank transfer? That's how it works.
And nestling in there, a little Italian number. The 1971 Fiat 850 that belongs to Tony Gould. Among the admirers, trader Neil Tetherton.
It's the rarity that appeals to me. There are so few of these about, and generally the ones that come up are showing their age and are restoration project cars. It's really nice to find one that looks like it's ready to go.
Also taking a keen interest is car specialist Guy Mundy, who's come to Yorkshire from Norfolk.
Yeah, it's a little sports car in miniature, really, late 850cc engine. But yeah, quite sporty appearance and so on. You can look at a car cosmetically from 5 paces, really, and this car presents very, very well. But you really need to get into it and under it and everything just to have a look at the bits and pieces.
I really ought to get myself a proper job one day as well.
The Fiat is sporting an Abarth badge, which would normally be a sign of racing pedigree. But there's a bit of doubt whether this Italian is a full-on stallion.
We're not sure it should be there.
Oh, really?
No, it's a Fiat with an Abarth badge on it, we think.
A straight Fiat 850 is still a sought-after car, and Guy's looking for one on behalf of prospective purchaser and friend Tom Thompson.
Hello, Tom.
If only he could get him on the phone to show him.
Hello, Tom. He's not in. Tom, hello, are you all right? Yeah. I'll phone you on WhatsApp. Oh. Tom.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh, okay.
You can see the top of my head.
Yeah, you might have to stand up.
Huh?
There he is. Hello. There you go.
Let's have a look at him, mate.
Come on in. I'll walk round it for you.
Okay.
Paintwork is kind of 8 out of 10 all round, really, I suppose. Going chrome work.
Very small, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very low to the ground when you're trying to crawl around.
But do you think it's worth bidding on?
I think it's worth a go, isn't it?
I think it looks very sweet.
Yeah.
Can you stand back so I can just, fall in love? Oh, yeah, she does look nice. She's tiny, though, isn't she, can this mate?
Compared to the Rover behind.
Yeah, or even the Morris Minor.
Yeah. See you soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Cheers.
The paperwork backs up the story of the Fiat. There's 20 years of history in this folder. And for Guy, it looks like he's made a match for his mate.
He's fallen in love with the idea of an 850 anyway, and there's no reason why this shouldn't be the one for him, really, I don't think. Yeah, it's a good car.
Dave's out on the collection run in West Yorkshire to pick up some of John Sharp's eclectic mix of British motors from the 70s and 80s.
I've just got too many cars now. You've got to get to a point where you say, I'll let some go. I'll probably go and buy another one, once I sell them. So.
2 Rover Metros from 1988 are going, as well as a British Leyland Triumph Spitfire 1500 from 1979.
He's done that before, hasn't he? This is the tricky bit, getting them on the loader. I think we'll let Dave do it, do you? Right, do you want to have a look at them first, Dave, and make sure you want to test them? You might not want them.
Before the loading starts, John's keen to show off his pride and joy. A rare GTI Rover Metro that he's keeping.
What do you think of GTI then?
A little Metro.
Oh, that's a proper one, that one.
Bloody things they are. You and your Metros and Minis. I don't get it if I'm honest with you. With these Metros and stuff. I don't get it. No, I don't.
Proper hot hatch. Dave, what's up with you? 100 brake cars.
Shopping car, man.
It's a belting car, that. They're going through the roof, though.
I can't get it myself.
First to go, the Spitfire.
Paintwork's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not concours, but it ain't too bad, is it?
No, it ain't bad at all. New fuel pump, all plugs, new battery. It fires, it runs. It's just what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Where are we going to be money-wise on this one?
We're looking about 3.5, do you think?
Yeah, you ain't going to be far off for that, are you?
Sort of 3.5 to 4. It's not the best in the world, but it's not the worst neither.
If you get bored with it or you can't gel with it or whatever, it's still going to be worth 3,500, 4,000 quid. What more do you want? No engine management lights, no ABS lights. It's a cheap way into a little soft-top classic.
Also leaving is a nifty Renault Clio.
Looks nice there. I think Dave will be owning that one.
Next up, the Metros.
Yeah, perfect.
It's a bloody miracle they're still with us, isn't it, really? You know, they're only made out of baked bean tins, weren't they? You know, they shouldn't really be with us, should they? They should have all been baked bean tins again. Bring it on, John, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, where are we money-wise on these, John? I mean, we didn't discuss this.
2.5 to 3, I thought.
2.5 to 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously that, because of its ultra-low miles.
Yeah.
They're selling them for silly money.
Yeah, they should be okay. There's always a following for these little things. I can't get it, but then we're all different, aren't we? We're all like different things.
Just always like cars. My wife just cannot understand it. To my wife, all they are is a piece of metal that gets you from A to B, that you put petrol in. To me, they're not the part of you. You know, they're part of your character, and yeah. Some of them, I'd like to keep, but I can only drive so many.
Saying goodbye to vehicles you've cherished is a huge moment.
Right there, let's have a wander around. It's trying to brighten up, actually.
Tony Jordan has dedicated his life to heavy haulage, but with his health not what it once was, he's thinning out his collection of British commercials.
Good girl, no, stay down.
And with the help of daughter Alison, there are plenty of memories.
Bedford little truck, which you love, don't you?
First up is a Bedford K-Type truck.
It's just a 1951 Bedford. It's in really good nick. Quite a few about in the day. A lot of people, they would only buy Bedford, wouldn't buy anything else. So that's what I've driven since I was old enough. Been all over the world. In the 70s, we used to drive from here to Saudi Arabia, Turkey.
All over the Middle East you did, didn't you?
So you've covered a fair few miles in your years?
Oh, I wouldn't like to say how many. I've lived in a lorry for about 40 years.
Also going is a 1954 standard Vanguard pickup that Tony bought at auction.
This is the newest edition, Dad, isn't it, your Vanguard?
Yeah.
Manufactured in Coventry, it was shipped out to the Commonwealth as a utility vehicle.
That lived its life in Australia. They were big over there.
So out there, it'd have been called a ute.
The ute.
Actually, it would, wouldn't
well,
it? Yeah.
Well, that's right, yeah. A lot of the farmers have got standard Vanguard utes. I just saw it at the auction and bought it. I've always liked them. They're a nice, presentable machine.
Also on its way is a 1956 Lance Bulldog tractor.
It will be sad to see them go, but they're just, they're getting used less and less, and it's time for them to, give somebody else a bit of enjoyment, I think, now, really.
Every business is only as productive as its backroom staff.
Good morning, Mathewsons.
And in the office, the worker bees are busy. They're working.
Do you think I would suit a syrup?
Put it on. Well, it hides your face.
Meanwhile, upstairs in the showroom,
Yeah, don't drop it on the Bentley, mate, will you?
Derek's giving the little Fiat 850 coupe the once-over.
I like a car like this that looks as though it's doing 75, 80 mile an hour stood still. That's what I like about it.
It'd go that fast, would it?
It probably would, yeah. Oh, they're little whizzers, these. Yeah, they're little whiz-bang, they really are. They go very well. But more importantly, it looks as though it's going to go very well. It don't matter whether it does, but all the little coupes, they always sold extremely well because they're so attractive. Everyone loves them. And this one being right-hand drive, what a bonus. Oh, massive bonus, massive. Right colour, right spec, right-hand drive, yeah. Brilliant thing. No, I think it'll do well. Lot number 103, the Fiat 850 Coupe. Here we are. Nice little car. We've got
9.5.
9.5 says David at 9.
He's got 9.5 on the phone in front of me.
9,750.
9,750 is your bid.
Again at 9,750. 9,750.
10,000 on the phone in front of me, guy.
10,000. Oh, 10 and a quarter.
10,250 is your bid, guy.
At 10,250, you'll have to mark it down provisionally.
He's just pulled out.
We'll get a deal for you.
Thanks, guy. Congratulations. Bye-bye.
A deal's done, and the new owner is Fiat 850 fan Tom Thompson, with his pal, Guy Munday, doing the bidding.
As I'm saying something on the phone, he's quickly shouting to his mate on his other ear, saying, do you want to bid, do you want to bid, do you want to bid? And he's like, yeah, just screaming down the phone. This, oh, bless him, this bloke was just talking 24/7 all through that lot. I had a right earful.
Over at Pickering, Dave's unloading the collection of Rover and British Leyland vehicles that belong to John Sharp.
They're not a bad little bus, are they, really?
There's two mini retros from 1988, a 1979 Spitfire and a hot hatchback Renault Clio's been thrown in too. And for fast car enthusiast Dave, there's only one Metro that cuts the mustard.
They only made one decent Metro, didn't they? And that wasn't really a Metro, was it? With a V6 in the back. Yeah.
Did they use it for rally?
They did, yeah.
And what was this one used for?
Shopping. Yeah. They have got a place, haven't they, in motoring history, they really have. These, Maestros, Montegos, it's a miracle they're still with us, isn't it, really? This one's only 18,000 miles.
It's not gone around the clock, is it?
No. Around the clock, he wouldn't do it, would it?
Jack, if you were going to describe the Metro in one word,
slow.
What is it that attracts you to a Metro? Some sort of masochism, really, because I had so much trouble with them in the past. I'm drawn to one that's, well, the fact that it's one still here. They were a rock box.
The rain's falling, but Derek's in his element. He's in the East Midlands to look at Tony Jordan's collection of commercial vehicles.
We're not having them away today. We're just come down to have a look and make sure that we can see eye to eye on values, which I'm sure we will. Now, boss.
Hey, mate, how you going on?
How are you?
All right?
Yeah, nice to see you. Hey, so these are them. This is the collection, and a tractor and all.
But Derek's eye has been taken by a lorry that his old man used to drive.
The old Scammell. Real basic, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Flat out about 28 mile an hour. But of course around London that was fine. And my dad, I can see him now, no power steering, nothing. I'm sitting there watching him with the sweat rolling off him, turning the steering round to get it round like that. They turn almost in their own length, because that front wheel will turn around almost sideways, so you can turn around in very narrow streets. So a day out in one of these, I tell you, most people would throw the towel in, they'd chuck the job in that day because it was noisy, sweaty, vibraty, just a tractor, a pure tractor. That's all it was. Bloody hard work, I'll tell you. By crumbs.
Back to business with the Bedford.
The old K-Type, lovely old girl.
It's a lovely old motor, that.
Yeah, they're right. Yeah, that's original and all, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's all original, this is.
There she is. The old straight six, 28 horsepower, look. Lovely old engine. Mainstay of the commercial industry in their day,
Oh,
weren't
they were.
And that's the rarest one out the lot, isn't it?
Standard?
Yeah. Did it come from Oz or something, did it?
Yeah, yeah.
Always a good following for these. Always a good following. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
But it's got some unexpected guests.
I don't know what we got here. Is it wasps or something, do you think, or what? Don't know, it might be a nest of some sort. It's a black widow nest, I think. It'd be worth more, won't it, with that on? I wouldn't get hold of it if I were you, just in case they're at home.
Never seen anything like it.
I'll get the missus to move it, just in case it's poisonous. We'll worry about that later, won't we?
Time to talk turkey.
What you got in mind?
I would like to get 8 or 10 for the K.
Yep.
The standard Vanguard, I would have liked to have got 12 back, because I paid 12 and a half.
Yeah. So I think you're bang on with that. You ain't far out with that. I think that's 8 grand myself. I don't think it'll do 10 or 12, but I think it'll do 8 grand. The tractor, I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll do 1,500 quid or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
That's where I reckon it'd be. Something on that sort of line, but it's all guesswork, isn't it?
Well, that's right, you don't know till the day, do you?
No, depends on the day, you're dead right.
Back in Yorkshire, John Sharp's collection of British cars from the 70s and 80s is up for auction. He's hoping there's another like-minded individual out there who's as keen on these cars as he is. First, the 1979 Triumph Spitfire.
Here we are, nice little Spitfire. Make a good little car with this. 3.8, David on the phone at 3.8, 3.9. 3.9 on the internet, it's going to be sold at 3.9. 4,000 back on the phone at 4,000. 4.1 back on the web. 4.1, next one's 4.2, Dave. Do you want 4.2? 4,002. 4.3. 4.3. 4.4, Dave? 4.4. 4.5. 4.6. 4,006. 4.7. 4.8. 4,008. 4.9. 5. 5,000 with David on the phone at 5. 5,250. 5,250. Your man, thank you for your bids. 5,250.
This classic British Leyland sports car heads north of the border to Scotland. Next, the Metros.
No.
They've failed to sell at 2 auctions. The asking prices seem to be putting folk off.
He's got £2,200 on the sheet. Yeah, it would have to be a bit nearer, I'm afraid, mate. Thank you, cheers, bye for now. 5 minutes to say you won't give any more. Oh, God. Oh, no, we're only on 1,000 quid.
If they don't sell this time, they'll go back to John Sharp. First up, the limited edition Jet Black.
The Austin Metro Jet Black, here we are, 54,000 miles, but make your own inquiries, I'm sure it'll be right. Very unusual car, just you don't see Metros full stop, let alone limited edition ones. Where should we be? We've got 15, 16, 1,600 pounds for the little Metro at 16, 17, thank you, 1,700, at 1,700. I'll have to speak with the vendor at 1,800. Jordan at 1,800, at 1,800 pound, are we all done? We'll speak with the vendor at 1,800. Jordan, that's your phone, 1,800.
After a bit of negotiation, it goes for 2 grand to a new home in Sussex. And as for the Metro City X, that's finally on its way too. A deal's done for 2,300, snapped up by an enthusiast in North Yorkshire.
Come on. Steady. 6 inches. Whoop. That's probably about it.
As more vehicles turn up, Dave's got a bone to pick with his dad.
I normally go out in this one, so I normally keep everything about right, and he's gone out in it a couple of occasions, and that's it. It's all messed up. All the wrong straps, all the wrong colours, all the wrong ratchets, in all the wrong places. Oh, man. Drives me mental.
Amongst the new arrivals is Tony Jordan's standard Vanguard pickup truck.
Commercial vehicles are unusual, full stop. Old commercial vehicles, because they serve their purpose and then they go to baked bean tins, don't they? We're very lucky to have some of them. By rights, they shouldn't really be here with us.
Wonder where he's hidden the starter then.
Ah, it'd be the one that's a starter, I would think. It's funny, ain't it? All this engine will not run unless there's a little spark there, a little tiny little spark there between those two bits of flat steel there. And if there's no spark there, then no matter what you do, it will not go.
But one of Tony Jordan's other motors, the 1951 K-Series Bedford truck, has been more compliant.
They're right, them lenses are absolutely dead right. That's absolutely correct. Correct cap, 100% correct, the cap on it. Bumper's right and everything. Nice side lights. Very honest old bus, this. It's a straightforward old thing, dead easy, get at everything. What a lovely engine. Simple, easy to maintain. Nice old thing.
With its 6-cylinder engine, servo brakes and improved long-shift gearbox, the K-Series Bedford was the one to have in the 50s. But the market now is much less certain.
Probably worth £8 grand, and I wonder whether it's because the truck buyer is that bit older. You know, you don't find too many 40, 45-year-old guys that are buying a Capri 2.8 injection want to buy a Bedford truck to go alongside it. So a post-war truck like this is suffering just like a pre-war car is, with fewer buyers than ever. So it's a little bit precarious. I'm not sure how we're going to get on, but it's not been bodged about. It's not been tonsed up or anything. You know, it's honest, I think. You know, I do genuinely believe what you see is what you get.
Meanwhile,
she's not sucking up fuel now, which will be a lot to do with it. We've got half a gallon.
Are you just going to push it?
finally the Standard joins the others in good time for Derek to sort its auction write-up.
So you like to get this done nice and early?
Plenty of time, mate. Yeah.
When's the auction?
Tomorrow.
There we go. This pristine example benefits from column gear change, wheel trims, full tonneau, and the essential sun visor. This example itself is lovely. I mean, it's a good sized pickup. Look, it's a nice long bed on it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, it's just so photogenic. I think it would do very good money. By that, I would estimate somewhere sort of towards 12.
Also lurking in the Pickering showroom is Tony Jordan's Lands Bulldog tractor.
Turn the petrol on, that's it.
It's a rare beast from Germany that baffled Derek. Luckily, Bubbles has been reading Classic Tractor magazine.
This was built around the early 50s. This is the model 1616. This is a more conventional two-stroke diesel engine.
The Lands would have been a very rare sight in the UK. British farmers were more at home with the little grey Fergie from the same era.
This is more to be seen in Germany, France, the Benelux countries. They were used as a tractor and also as a means of family transport. That's why they have these little guards on the mud guards. So the driver plonked himself on the seat and his wife took up residence on the mudguard, and she hung to these little handrails for dear life. I think it must be worth probably £1,200–1,500. It might make more, because it's actually very, very straight.
So if I need to know anything about tractors, you're the man, because Derek didn't know anything about it.
Well, he owes me one.
Not far from central London, a Fiat 850 Sports Coupe heads to its new owner, Tom Thompson.
Before I could drive, me and my partner at the time, we always thought that if we ever got rich, we would buy a Fiat 850 Coupe. That was the height of our expectations of our lives at that time.
It's been delivered by Guy Mundy, who helped Tom find the car of his dreams.
Here he comes, I could hear it. perfect.
That's not what you were expecting.
No, it's smaller. It's even smaller than I thought it was going to be.
It's finally here.
Oh, look, this is sweet.
Good morning.
It's looking sweet, isn't it? It's a lovely colour for it, I think.
It is.
I always think these are good signs. Toolkit. Is there a lot of documentation with it?
Yeah, got a whole file.
Lovely. Oh, look, a nice folder. This man is a man after my own heart. Look at all those plastic envelopes. Wonderful. Oh, that's nice. Safe motoring hints from Fiat, I noticed there as well. Do not use in the rain.
There's not many that's right-hand drive. I mean, Tom insisted upon it being a right-hand drive car, which narrowed down the sort of buying opportunities a little bit. But, you know, if you're prepared to wait, something always comes along.
Yeah, it's fine.
Pleased?
Yeah, I am. Of course I am. No, it's fine.
It's always a little bit of a responsibility buying for somebody else. Tom usually forgives me.
Yeah.
So the pressure's off now?
Pressure's off,
Until he finds something else.
Till the next one.
No. Don't see many of them, do you? When was the last time you saw a right-hand drive that wasn't rotten as a pear? I really am delighted. It's exactly what I wanted. It's the 4 headlight, end of run, right colour. So we'll be able to pour some love into it and enjoy it, which is the whole point of them, really. She's very lucky to have found me, this car. And whether it's an expensive car, it's a cheap car, it doesn't really matter. It's the joy of putting it right, the joy of ownership, the joy of sharing, I think.
Back at the garage, Tony Jordan's collection of commercials is about to be sold.
Here we are, 1954, lot number 187. The standard Vanguard pickup. Fantastic piece of kit, lovely thing this is. 9,000 I've got here at 9,000, but it's not enough. At 9,250, we're getting there slowly at 9,250. 9,500. 9,500, we're there at 9,750. 10,000. 10,000, we're getting there slowly at 10,000. At £10,000. It's provisional at 10,000.
Hello, is that Alison? We got £10,000 bid for Dad's pickup.
I can understand everyone wants 12 for them plus, so 12 would be really very desirable, but...
Fingers crossed for you, yeah.
I think 11 would be plenty enough for it. Whether they'll take 10, I don't know.
OK, well, I'll ask the question and see what I get.
10 grand seals the deal.
I think it's a good little truck. It's a right bonny, pretty little truck, isn't it? Be better if it ran. It's never started since it's come here, but anyway, it'll only want plugs and points, a bit of a service up, I think. It's not been used. But generally speaking, I think it's a real bonny looking thing. I think it's good, yeah. So everyone's happy.
A reluctant departure, but a new home awaits in the East Midlands. In other auction news, Tony Jordan's 1951 K-Series truck went for £7,850. The new owner, Stephen Satwick.
All we're trying to do, me and my brother, is we're just buying a fleet of Bedfords because otherwise you're not going to see them again, are you? I think this is the last lot, really, coming through now.
And the 1956 Lands Bulldog tractor also sold.
And away and going. 6'4".
£6,400. More than 3 times its reserve.
If you went out this afternoon to buy that tractor again, you would have a job, because there aren't many that are dead straight like that. That's the difference.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And for Peter Woods, the 1988 Metro Jet Black is a Bobby Dazzler. Peter's a full-on Mini fan, and the Metro, with its Go Faster stripes, was simply an extension of his fondness for little British cars.
wanted a Metro for quite a long time. Yeah, I love the Metro. It is so nice to drive. It's not like a modern car, it's difficult to drive, but that's what makes them so good.
Peter was taken by the exclusive nature of the jet black model, and at £2,000 he reckons he's got a bargain.
It starts really easy, it seems very reliable, very easy to work on, not like a modern car where you've got to plug them in and have a computer. These you can just tinker with. Anything wrong you can pretty well do yourself. You can have as much fun driving this as you can driving a sports car, a really fast car. It's just a different driving experience. The sort of reaction I get is people my age, they point and laugh, saying look, it's a Metro. Younger people don't know what it is. They think it's a Renault, or they just don't know what the car is because they're so rare, they haven't seen them. And yet there was millions of Metros on the road, but there's just none left now. You don't need a sports car to have a fun drive. It's just back to old school type of driving. It's fantastic. It is a lovely car, it's lovely to drive. Yeah, I'll have it for quite a long time.
An auction sale gives a car a new lease of life. And occasionally that means rubbing shoulders with some other upmarket models. The standard Vanguard pickup that spent much of its life in Australia has been bought by Morse Classics near Northampton. Nicole Beasley is part of the team getting it ready.
There's certain cars that we like. Obviously the standard Vanguard's one of them. I just think it's a cracking looking vehicle. It's really a head turner. You know, you walk past that, everyone looks at you.
The Vanguard will be moved on, but every car here gets to stretch its legs.
I do have the best job in the world. Everything that comes in, we have to test drive, we take them out.
You have to test drive.
We have to
You've
test
got to.
drive
You
them.
can't just help yourself, can you? Ooh, got to test drive that.
If you had this job, would you not drive them all? She's a solid vehicle, good quality. We've spent a bit of money on her since we've had her. We've had the braking system overhauled and the carburettor's been rebuilt. She runs and drives now just as she should and goes through all the gears really well. Good strong engine and good fun to get out in. She's obviously not going to race along like a brand new Range Rover is. None of them do, but she's on column, she goes through the gears really well. I just think that somebody will really, really love her and love to get out in her.
After decades down under, it looks like there's plenty of time yet for this old bus to keep on soaking up the sun.
She looks like she's back at home.